Alrighty, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome back everybody. I hope you're doing well, and we have literally just managed to run this guide out of MP, so my timing is actually quite decent overall. So, welcome. As mentioned before, we just ran his first phase out of MP, which means we should be able to complete this first phase without any real trouble. So let's just go ahead and do that. I need to also get my calculator out in order to keep track of his HP, because that is actually going to be rather important, otherwise I, well, will run into trouble. 1380. And that's gonna be the theme, because that's always going to be exact same amount of damage thanks to the chicken knife. So, this is X-Death, the first phase of it. He uses an ability called White Hole, and that ability is actually not something you can normally cast as a player, but for some reason they decided to add an MP amount you require to cast it anyways, which is nice, because that way we can actually run him out of magic and he can no longer use it, which is great because that ability is just mean, especially if you do not have any way to counteract it. You can counteract the White Hole ability via anything that protects you from petrification or instant death for that matter. However, the Bard unfortunately has none of these things, so whenever he would use White Hole, there would be a really high chance for us to straight up die. And that is of course not particularly desirable. So the most efficient or the most consistent way of how we can complete this first phase of X-Death here is by running him out of magic. So the catch is to this, of course, that it takes quite a while until he runs out of magic. Even though with my trick of giving him an ether to reduce his MP total to 9,999, which by the way he starts at 30,000 MP, it still takes about 21-22 minutes until he's finally out of magic. So we kind of don't necessarily want to do this every single time. So what I will do in subsequent attempts is we will just kind of do a more straightforward strategy in order to try and defeat him, where we just trade blow for blow, which also costs me a lot more elixirs in order to get past this first phase. Preferably I don't have to do that, because I should hopefully be able to beat his second phase in the next attempt. We have been in his second phase I think 3 times now. The first time we were there, we immediately got clobbered by a vacuum wave in the front row, which just deals so crazy much damage. Which is also why it's so difficult to not do this run him out of magic strategy. Right now I'm in the back row because I can afford to be, since I don't have to worry about instant death possibilities of his, well, attacks. And the thing is, he has effectively a 1 in 3 chance to kill us every single turn if we don't run him out of magic in this first 3 phase. That's the main problem about him. So yeah, thank you for the whole squad light, I appreciate that. So in theory, he should be now in his second phase, because I dealt over 19,000 damage at this point. Unfortunately, there's no way of me knowing until he casts Flare or Holy, because I'm not entirely sure I kept track of the damage exactly right. There it is, alrighty. So actually I think there was 2 attacks since I said that. I might have been a bit late on that call, who knows. Either way, as you can see, he deals pretty much 800 damage per physical attack to us. So we always have to account for that. And that is in the back row, where we take half the damage. Are you able to buff your stats for the Neo phase? No. That's actually an excellent question. So the Bard has songs which gradually increase stats while you are singing. And while you're singing, you cannot do anything else. And the only way you can stop singing in this game is via an enemy or an ally hitting you with a physical attack. Oh, that is not good. No! Oh my goodness, why? Brain, please. Good morning. I attacked instead of used the potion. That is not good. Alrighty, well, let's just switch over to the other strategy now. Which is going to be a lot more random and a lot more deaths. I am not smart. Sorry about that. Well, rip that out of here. Either way, no, even if we run him out of magic, we cannot increase our stats by singing. So you would think that first phase is optimal for us to just increase our stats to the maximum and then just absolutely destroy the second phase. That would be great, but unfortunately there's actually a problem with that. And that problem is called a weird bug, or I don't know whether it's a bug or an intended feature or what it is, but the physical attack in his first phase here does not actually knock you out of the singing. Which means there's literally no way of you getting knocked out of the singing, ever. Which is actually a pretty big problem, as you might be able to imagine. So yeah. Because we can never get knocked out of the singing, we would just continuously sing until we're dead. And there's literally nothing else there is to it. So unfortunately, first phase we cannot do that. Second phase, even if we could, I dare to say it would be way too risky to do that actually. Right, I need to do this actually the next time I unhide. Itaka, thank you for the rating, host, I appreciate that. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Oh, and Sorcerer's Sage, thank you. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome everybody to the Final Fantasy V Solo Character Challenge with just a single job. In this case, the Bard. And I kind of lost where I am in the AI cycle, unfortunately, but that's gonna be fine. So I'm actually hiding in order to only get hit by his second attack cycle, which he has a 1 in 3 chance to do nothing instead of always attacking. So, also I'm unhiding just after he takes an action. That way I have a chance of just dodging his attacks. So what I'm hoping for is that he either does nothing, a block, or ineffective happens. So ineffective is normally a thing that is supposed to happen when nobody is targetable, but for some reason it also sometimes happens when, well, we are still on the field here. So, now we have dealt 19,000 damage, which means he's in phase 2, so he's going to use Holy Flare or a physical attack. All of these attacks are, well, really strong, so we will take a bunch of damage. So yeah, welcome everybody, I hope you're doing well. Also, if I don't respond to chat, I apologize, but I need to actually pay really close attention to what I'm doing, otherwise I will make a mistake like I did just earlier. And that's just silly. That is attack number 2, 3, 4. So, in the second, phase of his first 3 form, he has 4 different attack cycles. The first one, while it does a ton of damage with either a flare, holy spell, or a physical attack, it actually is never going to outright kill us, which is the only of the rounds where he does not outright kill us. So what I want to do is I want to specifically be, well, only getting that first attack. It hits like a truck with holy and flare, and I have to heal after every single one of these attacks actually hitting, otherwise I will die to the next subsequent attacks, or at least most likely anyways. But at the very least, I don't instantly die to attacks like White Hole, which is instant death and petrification, which both are instant death for that matter, or Doom Clock, which he can do in his 4th round. So I always have to heal after I reappear. I equipped the Guardian Dagger, which gives me a 1 in 4 chance to block his physical attacks, whereas he has a 1 in 3 chance to use his physical attack in the first place. So effectively I have a 1 in 12 chance to avoid any damage or all damage in this phase. And unfortunately, our best weapon to attack with, the chicken knife, has the property of 1 in 4 times we are just trying to flee from combat instead of attacking. And even though this is annoying and inconsistent, it is still by far the strongest weapon that we can use. Greetings to you, Nordic Grim. Welcome, how are you doing? Have you ever been so evil that you turned into a space tree? Not personally, but I have some acquaintances that may have had this problem. Yeah, the chicken knife is just insanely powerful in its attack. For 2 reasons. One, it has a ridiculous amount of attack power. And the second one is that it actually has a different attack damage formula compared to every other dagger weapon, which makes it scale off of agility really well. Nice, ineffective. Again, I don't really know why that happens or how that happens, but all I know is that we just tried to flee 3 times in a row, and that really doesn't help us. You wonder if they didn't expect player to max out the chicken knife? No, they totally expected that, I would say. That's just what happens. It's more of a concept that the formula for regular daggers is actually bugged. Like, it is not how it is supposed to be. And they did not realize during their development that this is actually the case. So what ends up happening is that they balance the attack power of the daggers around the broken formula, and if you were to fix the dagger formula, the daggers would be by far the strongest weapon in the entire game, like by a huge margin. Okay, attack number 2. Attack number 3. And attack number 4. He hasn't even attacked physically once yet. Nice. So if I'm lucky, I can... never mind. I'm not lucky. I get to run away instead. Oh, why did that happen? Either way, we actually push him now into his last phase. He just skipped a turn, which is neat. So now he is in a phase where he has a 1 in 3 chance to use a physical attack, a 1 in 3 chance to use nothing, and a 1 in 3 chance to use Meteor. And unless I get supremely lucky with super low damage rolls on his end, Meteor is going to kill me. And unfortunately there's not a whole lot I can do about that. That's just going to be what is happening. Actually, in fact, there is something I can do about that, and that is called running him out of magic. But running him out of magic is kinda slow, so I try to squeak by without doing that. Which initially I started this stream running him out of magic, because that was kind of before I really started actually doing attempts. But then I messed up because I had a brain fart, and I attacked him with the Guardian Dagger rather than healing. So that really did not help. Hey Napshot, welcome, how are you doing? Attack number 2? Wait, is it attack number 2? Wait a second. Let me actually double check something real quick. In his first phase, he does... Oh... You know, I've been wondering since a while why he never does nothing in his first attack. I had it backwards. It's his first attack where he has a chance to do nothing, rather than his second one. So... I did that wrong the entire time, which meant I took damage for no good reason. Or well, more damage for no good reason. So now that we know that, I can just hide from the second attack. It's the first attack again, because he only has 2 different attacks, or attack cycles? Either way, now he has a 1 in 3 chance to do nothing. Oh, 1 in 3 chance to also use White Hole, which is instant death, and the chance for him to hit this is like 80%. So usually we will get hit by it. Sometimes we get lucky that we actually avoid that fate if he even uses White Hole, and that's nice. But usually he will just use it. Actually, does he even use White Hole in the second cycle? Hang on. So we haven't seen a White Hole whenever he was on the second attack, have we? So I'm starting to wonder whether the AI script in the algorithms guide is actually accurate. Because he's supposed to have a 1 in 3 chance to use White Hole instead of attacking in his second phase. Like, by the way, let me just show you real quick. I have a thing here on the side where I noted down his AI script thanks to the algorithms guide. Shout out to the algorithms guide because it's pretty awesome. Where this is his first phase. He always uses, as long as he is above 30,000 HP, he will use attack 1 in 3 times, White Hole 1 in 3 times, and do nothing 1 in 3 times in the first attack. And the second one is going to be attack 1 in 3, White Hole in 1 in 3, and then another attack 1 in 3. So basically 2 in 3 chance to attack. But I haven't actually seen him use White Hole on his second attack. I probably have at some point, and I just got lucky that he didn't use it until now. So, not sure. Let's actually just try an attack. White Hole. I'm actually just going to hold down the A button. 2852. And see how this is going to go. So this was his second attack. And he did nothing in the first turn. I'm gonna hide now because now he's gonna loop me otherwise. Well, not loop me, but basically I want to get 2 attacks in for him getting 1. And I already lost where I am in the script. That's okay. We're just gonna go for a more aggressive approach anyways. Oh, there's a White Hole. Now, if I actually paid attention, whether this was attack number 1 or 2, I would be able to determine whether he may actually use White Hole during his second attack too. So, in a few instances we've already noticed that the algorithms guide, while amazingly complete, sometimes is not entirely accurate. And this might be one of these. Hey Ilmagus, thank you! That's a long time, holy moly. Thank you so much for 45 ROMs of support, welcome back! And well, I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much. How are you doing, sir? How's it going? By the way, Magus, did you hear that I figured out a weird thing the other day? That is his first attack? That was his second attack. So I want to unhide after his second, so that's the first one again. Yes, basically, I figured out that you can be singing while you can also do other stuff. But under only very specific conditions. And those specific conditions include that you need to be starting to sing, and then you get put to sleep or confused, and then you get knocked out of the sleep and confusion, and you will just actually passively continue singing while that is happening. That's it. Just a sleep or confusion will let you sing while you're doing other stuff. Like, you can literally hide and just wait until your stats increase to the maximum. It's really convenient. One more attack and we will have him in phase 2 here. He decided to do nothing, which is nice, but wait. This is fine. I'm going to go before him. Alright, this is phase turn 1. Turn 2. 3. Turn 4. Alright, now we hope he uses a physical attack rather than anything else. So once again, only once he is below 13,000 HP. Actually, I'm just gonna stay here for a second. Once he is below 13,000 HP, he has a... Nice. We avoided the 1 in 3 chance for him to use White Hole. That is turn 3 now. So any other turn aside from turn 1 has a chance to instantly kill us. So it's kind of risky to stay up during turn 2, but because I took a physical attack, and I want to not use that many elixirs if I can avoid it, due to Holy and Flare, I decided to stay out during it. Oops, come on. Check the knife, there we go. So basically I'm hiding, and I get 2 turns for him getting 1 turn, so in a sense we are trading blow for blow, because he will always get Flare or Holy in. Well, 2 out of 3 times anyways. 1 and 3 times he will use a physical attack, so I will have to heal almost every turn, unless I get lucky that for some reason or he is ineffective, because he doesn't have a target for whatever reason, like this, and I have no idea why that happens. If I knew, I would abuse it, but I don't. Is singing considered a status effect in this game? Not directly, no. It does have its own unique RAM addresses, whether your character is singing and what he is singing, or she for that matter. Checking. That's not a traditional status effect per se. It's just that normally singing you interrupt via getting hit by a physical attack. And for whatever reason, also, basically our running theory is that both sleep and confusion also are interrupted by getting hit by a physical attack. And the idea is that the game recognizes, oh, it's gonna knock you out of the sleep or confusion if you get hit by a physical attack, but it forgets to knock you out of the singing, but it still does not have you sing anymore because you regain control over your character in a separate way, so to speak. So that is the current theory we have. But yeah, unfortunately there is no way to make him put us to sleep or... well, confusion, or for that matter, knock us out of the singing in the first place. Actually, in fact, if we were getting confused, or if we had a way to get confused ourselves, we would knock ourselves out of the singing, which would be optimal. But yeah, there's no such opportunity to my knowledge. Please hit twice in a row now. So 1 more attack will actually do this trick in order to push him into phase 2. Which means... oh, get punished. Well, we're just gonna go for it anyway. So this is phase 3 now actually, where he has a 1 in 3 chance to use Meteor. So we just try to rush him down at this point. Unfortunately, it does mean that I have to use an elixir. And I should also hide now, because otherwise he is going to go right after me. Oh, we have survived the meteor thanks to hiding here. That was lucky, but there's no way to predict whether he's going to use meteor or not. He did nothing this turn, and I also did nothing. That really doesn't help. He did nothing again. I get 2 more attacks here. I'm gonna hide anyways. Even though we would have gotten 1 more attack, and he needs only 1 more attack in order to push him into phase 2. But I wanted to give me the best opportunity here to go anyways. No, don't miss, Ferris! No! Okay, we got lucky that he didn't do anything. So what I could have done is I could have risked going into back row in order to get a better transition to phase 2, but I will at least survive a vacuum wave, so that's a plus. Alrighty. Time to focus. And hey, Nick Voxel and Black King, Tenesper, Tic Tac Throw, welcome everybody, hope you're doing well. Alrighty, welcome to Phase 2. Phase 2 consists of 4 parts. We have the magic lamp prepared so we can get rid of one of the parts instantly with the third charge. The magic casting part on the far left. The top right part is a physical attacking part that hits like a truck and, well, has not really anything else to say about it, it just hits really hard. Then we have the Almagest part in the bottom right, which every 4 turns it will unleash an Almagest, which deals about 1600 damage and inflicts HP leak status to the entire group. It's a lot of damage, so you kind of really want to avoid that, if you can somehow. Then the top left part is the Grand Cross part, which inflicts a random status effect to your character. Oof. Gonna move into the back row here. That way the physical part does not hit as hard anymore. Alrighty, thinking time. How do I want to do this? So, when he is shaking like this means he is going to use Almagest very soon. And since I can easily predict when that is going to happen, I will want to hide from that. So as soon as he stops shaking here, we come back, which is gonna be his next action. Yeah, okay. Just pausing in order to have time to react properly. So his physical attacks are strong, and now I actually have to heal, because his vacuum wave will deal about 1100 damage in the back row still. Okay, as soon as he says the laws of the physics have been broken, I need to be paying attention to this. But before I do that, what I want to do is I want to cycle the magic lamp to the next part. So, what I also need to do is I need to keep exact track of all the damage I do. 2170, or whatever. I'm typing the numbers incorrectly, I'm just not pronouncing them correctly, whatever. So I need to keep exact track of how much damage I deal with each attack here. Ow. And this physical thing just deals so much damage. Wait, he did already do the thing? It already appeared. Oh no! Alrighty, we have a 6 in 18 chance to die here. We're minute. Not good. Because that reduces our physical attack or defense output. This is okay though, we didn't die. Last time I got to this phase with a good transition, we actually died to the first Grand Cross that I got hit by, and I really shouldn't get hit by Grand Cross in the first place. Because, yeah. As long as I do it right anyways. So I completely messed it up. The nice thing is that we actually now have about 4 turns until Grand Cross comes up again, I think. So I have a bit of time to do this. Ruby Light gives us wall. There is absolutely nothing to reflect in this fight anymore, now that the magic part is dead. Please, fairies, block some things. Either way, you cannot be serious. Oh, right. There's 2 dummy parts that this thing can target with randomly targeting effects. There's 2 dummy parts in this fight. Ineffective. And those 2 dummy parts effectively don't do anything. But the Grand Cross part, ineffective? That was my golem, wasn't it? Uh-oh. Yeah, sometimes you can also have ineffective yourself, which is less than ideal. So I wanted Golem in order to get a physical defense. Was Wall stop it? No. Okay. We did actually lose Golem, which means we are not gonna get our physical shield, which is why I used the magic lamp in the first place. So that is not ideal. This is actually really bad. Well, rep that idea. This fight is laggy. I don't know if it has much to do with lag, honestly. Alrighty, we still Apollo's hard to nuke the Grand Cross part here. Because the Grand Cross part is considered a dragon, and the Apollo's Harp deals 8 times damage, ignoring defense, and always hits. And it's really crazy strong. Vacuum Wave. Could you please stop hitting this hard all the time? I would really appreciate that. This spell is nice because that's the physical part using this spell usually. The laws of the physics are broken. Alrighty. Let me actually check something real quick. So that was the Almagus part just moving right now. The previous one was the physical part. The physical part is has the highest speed out of all the characters. The Grand Cross part is faster than the other part. So if I wait out 2 more actions of him to blinking, I should be able to avoid the Grand Cross. 1, and that's probably the physical part, and then the Grand Cross should be right here. Oh! Oh, I can actually visually see it, that he used up Grand Cross. Alright, we completely avoided Grand Cross there. That's good to know. I actually didn't realize there was a visual cue for that. I have played this game a little bit and never realized it until now. Good job. Alrighty. So we pushed the Grand Cross part under 30,000 HP, which means it changed its AI script. So just 2 more attacks will kill the Grand Cross part here. That's good. Because we don't want it to actually hit us. So goodbye, Grand Cross. And now this is no longer a problem. Okay, we will survive a Vacuum Wave. So that's a thing. And we're gonna hide. So that's the physical attack. And why did it move twice and it didn't do the Almagus yet? This is really confusing. Alrighty, so now how do I do this? So here's a problem. I don't have the magic lamp anymore to deal a lot of physical damage to both parts. I do not have that many elixirs to survive for a long time, so I will have to stretch it out with high potions probably. So how do I do this? I don't want to go into the front row, and Apollo's Heart does not deal much damage from the back row. Neither does the Chicken Knife. Maybe it's dummy actions? Probably. Alright, we're gonna start working on the Grand Cross part, I think. The physical part, I think. Do we? Let me actually double check real quick. So the physical part does not ever change its AI script until it is alone. So the problem is now that we do not want to leave one of these parts alone. We have to kill them more or less at the same time. If we don't, well, we will get absolutely destroyed. It can cause Meteor, Almagest, and Vacuum Wave instantly with each of its attacks. So that is really, really unhealthy. Normally you want to use the Magic Lamp in order to, well, kill both of them at the same time, but the next summon I think is Ramu, which doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. I expect about 500 damage, which means I need to push both parts below 500 HP. And I'm not sure if I'll get enough time for that for the elixirs. Well, we'll try, I guess. Yeah, we'll just try. 1455, so that's the number I'm gonna always do against the physical part here. And we also can't run sometimes. 1 in 4 times we can't run. So now we have to heal. The spell is nice, so he doesn't actually hit us. According to Dark JDL, singing does, or he does not knock you out of the singing in phase 2, so I'm not keen on trying it without testing it beforehand. Is Regen Song helpful at all? Actually, yes, I think Regeneration Song would eke out a little bit of an advantage. That's a good idea. You're not sure about that, but Darcharion does love Bards. It's true, and he has a lot of experience, so I trust him on that. That seems pretty fake. Honestly, it's kind of like... well, he doesn't get knocked out of phase 1 when he attacks physically, so it's not too far-fetched to assume that for some reason he doesn't knock you out of singing in phase 2 either. Our damage output is so low. I will soon have to switch to high potions, I think. Ow. Let's actually see real quick. In the first attack of this guy here, he has a vacuum wave attack and specialty. So we actually do not want to be around for the physical part's second attack in particular. The first and third is fine. The thing is, we need to figure out where he is. Oh, he dispelled my... oh, right. This spell does get rid of vitality, so it's not entirely helpful, I guess. Let's shouldn't even try. Vacuum wave. He has a chance to use vacuum wave literally every single turn. Dun, dun, dun. This spell, okay, that's turn 3. So we do want to stay in for the physical parts next turn as well. Where I think he just did nothing. Or he might have just attacked now. I really don't know, dude. It's so hard to tell. Because the doing nothing turn of the Almagus part is also a thing, so... not really any way for me to know. Also really good block spheres. Okay, he stops doing the thing. Now I'll wait until his physical part moves, so I avoid his next attack. That is the Almagus part doing nothing there. By the way, the 4-round part has 50,000 HP, in case you're wondering how much we have to go through. The Almagus part has 55,000 HP. It looks like I can actually heal through via potions. That is an option we have. So I need to wait out his physical attack again here. Actually, hopefully it's not a dummy part doing nothing here. Oh, this is not good. Oh! Alrighty, I got lucky there. Use this spell. If he used Vacuum Wave, I would have died. I waited out the Almagus, but I didn't wait out the physical parts move. Ow. The high potions are kinda risky, to say the least. Block some attacks, please, fairies. I'm gonna use an elixir here. Hey, you're the ornament, welcome. Yeah, I'm trying. Gonna hide. I should avoid his physical attack right here. Next move is going to be probably Almagus. Yeah, alright, we're gonna wait a little bit. That's the Almagus part. Next we are going to come back in. Right here. We are not even halfway through his HP, by the way, on the front part. Oh my goodness. Hang on. How do I think about this? This is a problem. I'm considering making a save state just to test whether we can sing or not, but I think that's not good. I just need to test this beforehand, so I'm not gonna do that. I don't really have anything else to work with, do I? Not really. I do not have enough elixirs to do this. So if I fail here, I'm gonna farm like 20 more elixirs, I think. Alright. But we are still trying. What HP do we have left? Trying to squeak by. I'm going to actually wait before I attack for his physical attack here. Because that way I still had the 1 in 4 chance to block it by a Guardian Dagger. I do wanna heal. This is such an awkward spot. So I want to wait out his physical attack, but I also want to not stay in for the Almagest. Because that is damage we do not need to take. Yeah, I couldn't wait for the physical attack, it would have hit me there. So next is the Almagest doing nothing here, ineffective, and then the physical attack right after. Wait, I have the chicken knife. I needed to switch. Alright, I got lucky for once, so that's nice. I say for once, but I've gotten lucky all the time. I do not have the thing equipped. Missing really doesn't help us. Alright, what I'm gonna do actually is real quick, I'm gonna make a save state, but I'm not gonna use it until after I lose. That way I will be able to test the thing, rather than having to worry about this later. So we can hide right now. Okay, that's all my guess. Wait for his physical move. Wait for his next physical move. Come on. Come on, attack already. Okay. Actually, I should have attacked first. And then healed, but that way I still had the Guardian Dagger equipped to block this one. Or a chance to block this one anyways. So, the physical part is at 21,863 HP at this point. Oh boy. Lost the Almagest, wait for the physical. Physical did nothing, so we attack now. So I actually want to alternate between attacking with a chicken knife and then healing via Guardian Dagger. Gives me the highest potential to block attacks. You'll be able to hit me again if I just stay in, so I want to go outside. That was the Almagest part, that's the physical part. No, actually that was... Okay, this is really confusing. Waiting out the shivering. Right, no, actually, now we heal. because he will attack me with physical here. Ow. But now I effectively get 2 turns to attack. Or 2 turns to move before he hits me again with the thing. Oh, never mind. That is not the case. Now I do. So I actually only get 3 turns for his 2 rather than 2 turns for his 1. He's a bit too fast for this. Also, I ran out of space with typing down numbers, so give me a second. Five, 8, 2, 0. I need to actually really quick rearrange my notation. Otherwise I don't have enough space to write down the numbers I deal damage to. Ramu will do 530 or more, yeah. As I said, I think below 500 HP we should be fine to push him. Where was I? Is that my second attack or the first one? I need to heal anyway, so maybe I should just heal instead. That's the first one. Good block fairies, thank you. I think if I attack with the chicken knife I get 2 turns for his 1. Because that might just make the difference for the agility. So we try. Fortunately that was not the case. Now we do. Uh-oh. Oh well. Physical attack. Something random. That's the Almagest. That's probably the physical attack. It could be the random thing. Ooh, it was the random thing. I don't know what that random thing is, by the way. It's one of the dummy parts, probably not taking an action. It's really weird. We got lucky that we blocked it, so we didn't have to invest in elixir. Nice, good job, Ferris. He will get another attack in after this, so I'm gonna heal here with the Guardian Dagger for an additional block chance. He didn't actually skip his turn. Okay, so Guardian Dagger, height. It's probably the physical part. Almagest wait for his next action. Effective. Could still be the random part, so I'm gonna do this. He should get a turn with the physical, so I can block it potentially. And he skipped it. Nice. Alright. We are starting to get relatively close to where we need him to be. In case you're wondering. We'll probably get 2 turns for his 1. So I'm gonna chicken knife first. And then we Guardian Dagger up. You know what? I should probably put this into the left hand. That is quicker for the menu. Is it? I guess I have to go for the high potion over there anyways. So probably not. Block, please. Okay, he skipped his turn, so that's nice. That's the Almagest, and that's probably the physical. Nope, that was the physical. And yeah, I'm not gonna get 2 turns for a while here. I'm doing most of these things in my head, by the way. I don't actually have an exact way to figure out whether I will get that second attack or not before he attacks physically again. I just have a general idea. I'm gonna keep it in the left hand because I guess my muscle memory is adjusted to that. Alrighty. I think he skipped his turn, 1455. So we are under 10,000 HP of his, if just one more attack. We should get 2 turns here. So I'm gonna heal on the second one. We also should get another turn before the Almagas goes off. So there's that too. Almagas here. Wait for his physical attack. Let me try to heal up again. That was the random part, not doing anything. Ooh, please stop hitting those. Almagas is going to go off very soon again. Or well, start rumbling anyways. Okay, I have to use an elixir here. Almagas. Probably physical. Ineffective. Whatever it was good for us. Okay, chicken knife here. So, alrighty, we have 10,223 HP remaining. Let me real quick figure out. We deal exactly 1,455 damage in one attack. So 1, 2, 2, 3 minus 1, 4, 5, 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness. 7 more attacks and he will have exactly 38 HP left. Alright, that actually works out pretty well for us overall. So 38 HP is just enough. It was actually kind of spooky to get that close, because if I made a mistake somewhere with calculating, then, well, rip me. I hope not, but hey, who knows. So yeah, we attack here. Or try to anyways. 7, 3, 8. He's gonna get on a turn here. Is that max or average damage? Ah, it's consistent damage with the chicken knife. It is just a regular damage, neither max nor average. I guess it's technically average. It's just the chicken knife does not have any variance in terms of its attack formula. Normal daggers have a bit of a variance, can have 3 or 4 different numbers. Because it adds 1, 2 or 3 to the attack power when you initially use it. I think I want to wait until he takes a move and then attack. Never mind if we want to. Ah, this is awkward. That's the physical part probably. Oh, that is the physical part. Alright, I hope that's the physical one. It wasn't. Oh my goodness. Not getting lucky at all here. But okay, I should get 2 turns now for him getting 1. I mean, before Almagas Bards runs out of MP. That would be nice, but it's not gonna happen. It has too much MP. They have 50,000 MP, unless I give it an ether. And Almagas only costs 50. So it would need to cost Almagas 1,000 times in order to run out of magic. Which we could just wait that long, technically, but it's not really going to benefit us, because the big problem really is the physical attacks. I don't mind all those ineffectives, I'm okay with this. So I actually haven't gotten an attack through since I calculated the thing. We've gotten so unlucky with all the runaways. Finally one more. Now we are below 10,000 on its physical part here. Can Twinkies be used as a measuring unit? It depends on what you try to measure. If they always have a consistent weight or length, then you can use those for those kinds of measurement. But I dare to say that they are rather inaccurate for the most part. Anything of consistent size can. Exactly, Hitaka. I guess right here. So, I dare to say that's the dummy part, so I'm gonna wait for the next one. Maybe it was the dummy part, I don't know. Something didn't do anything and I'm okay with this. Paris also doesn't do anything. Five more attacks and he is going to be at super low HP. Hey Zelision, thank you for the good luck, I will need it. And your good luck seems to immediately come into effect, where we didn't get it at all for a few turns now. Oh, no, that's not good. I'm a dummy. I'm a huge dummy. Well, might as well roll with it. I have 6 elixirs left, we're gonna use here one. Actually, no, we're just gonna heal. I accidentally hit the A button and showed immediately. We've gotten lucky that Ferris blocked the attack too. Else that would have been an elixir, but it's gonna probably be an elixir anyways. At this rate. And yes, exactly, Hitaka. Bad luck. So now we start working on the Almagas part. This is gonna be a slow process. Well, actually, this already is a slow process. The main reason why I'm doing this, by the way, is in case I misclick and attack the physical part. The physical part still has 7,313 HP remaining. But just in case I misclick. Just in case, I want to be able to... well, have a little bit of leeway there. So we have more than half the HP to go still. Total HP. And we have used up more than half the elixirs, so we need to get quite lucky now with being able to use... oh, well, there it is. I accidentally attacked this. So we need to get quite lucky with physical attacks not doing anything, or us being able to block them for that matter. I can high potion. Hope for a block or a nothing attack. Nice. Good job, Ferris. I guess this right here. Or that was the dummy part, I guess. Since the next attack is pretty much guaranteed to be the physical, so we can unhide after it. I get 2 turns for him, 1, I think. Alright, now we heal. That way we also simultaneously get a chance to block with the Guardian Dagger. Nice. I like those dispels. Which means next turn is going to be turn 1 of his. I need to start keeping more exactly track of where the physical part is in its AI script. Which is difficult if it doesn't do anything. Because next turn he has an attack, specialty, or nothing. And that's better than his second turn, which is attack, attack, and specialty. Specialty, by the way, is the vacuum wave. Also, unfortunately, I kind of lost track of the turn timing. Oh well, he'll be fine. Right. Also, I need to clean up these things in order to have enough space to track the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise, this is gonna get really awkward really quick. Alright. I think I wanna heal. Because I can heal twice without losing any HP during the process. And I should be able to go before the Almagas part goes here. Nice, good job, Varys. Almagas goes off right here. That was actually probably the dummy part, so I can just wait here. And this should work out in my favor. Okay, he is going to be able to attack right after this, so I will start healing already. He did nothing, that's nice. I was wrong, he did not get an attack right after this. Now he will. Whew, good job, Varys. Every single time, I'm really happy when you block it. But please don't try to run, that's kinda not good. That's probably the physical attack. Almagas, that was probably the dummy part. That was the physical attack. Almagas, so we could show right now. We should have good timing here. Ow. I do have a last resort where we cast Vitality Song and then just hide, unhide, and then immediately hide again in order to get regeneration ticks, which is gonna be really slow. I hope I don't have to resort to that. Oh, come on! Ah, this is actually a problem if I don't catch which is the physical part. There's the physical part. Yeah, that's Almagas, guaranteed. That could be the physical part, or this. He did nothing on something. This is real sketchy. Okay, he did nothing. Oof. Blocked. I'm also starting to run out of high potions, I just realized. That's not good. He did nothing twice in a row. Very nice. Wait, nothing twice in a row, is that even possible? Nothing, dispel fish. No, it's not technically possible, so that was the dummy part. Ow. There is his actual part. Packing. We are just under 37,000 damage, by the way, for... the Almagas part. Almagas here. Nice. I like those ineffective ones. The RPG games with Greek gods. Yes. Titan. Something Titan. Roleplay as Zeus. Smite might be for you. Good job, Varys. I think I get a turn in before, so we actually get to attack for once. 1, 4, 4, 5. 1, 5, 5, 5. That way around. Now we go. Trying to squeeze out every little bit of advantage I can. Okay. That's the physical part, that's the Omega's part. Whatever this is doesn't count. This is the physical part again. 28 high potions remain. I did not expect to go through all the high potions, but that really is the result of not having enough elixirs here. Which, well, standing in the front row is just not really an option. We take way too much damage if I do, and I couldn't heal via high potions. Alright. Don't do that, Varys, please. Okay, he's gonna get a turn here, so we have to heal again. I'm gonna get 2 turns. A bit too high right now, actually. That's the physical attack. Grand Cross is coming up in just a moment here. Physical attack will probably go before the other thing. I assume the dummy part is slower, but I don't actually know that. Nice. Which means he has a chance to do nothing next turn, because this spell is always turn 3. I think he did nothing. I should get 2 attacks in now, before he gets to act again. No, that was the dummy part. I think I'm better off just attacking right now with this amount of HP. Or trying to anyways. I hope that's the physical part, but I don't actually know. We are at 28,362 HP remaining. This is a really awkward amount of HP. Because we don't survive a vacuum wave, but we do survive a physical. I'm gonna attack. Ow. I think he will get the physical attack in before I go again. Nice. Alright. Alright, I need to once again clean up my numbers. Otherwise I don't have enough space again. Okay, we are at 25,352 HP remaining. And I can attack right now. Ow. That's all, I guess. Next is going to be the physical attack, guaranteed. Nice, good job, Varys. He's going to be able to move again before I go, but only barely. At least I thought he would. I'm gonna wait before I attack. Because that we could have blocked that one with a bit of luck, but not in this case. Ow! That's just rude. I do think we get on a turn before he goes again. We're just gonna hide. Oh boy. Almaga's right here. This might be the physical part. I don't think it is, honestly. We'll see in just a second. 3 elixirs left, 21 high potions. And we have 22,442 damage to go still. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Oof. Ah, why? Stop hitting, please. Vacuum wave right here. Oh, Almagast. Physical part is probably right here. Yeah, that was the physical part. I'm gonna wait for the next one. I was wrong. I need to get every little bit of damage out of this if I can. That's a big if, though. Region does unfortunately not work while hiding, that is accurate. But if I could get a region tick every single time I unhide. But the problem is that I will need to do this very differently. But I think I have to start using regeneration now, which is incredibly cumbersome, but I just do not have enough resources to do this otherwise. You needed to block that Ferris. Yeah, this is a problem. Because if I guess wrong on which one is the physical attack, I'm gonna die. That's probably the dummy part. That's the physical part, dummy part. Physical part. Wait, no, the Almaga's part also has nothing turns, so I don't actually know. Oh my goodness. I need to know where my ATB is when the physical part gets its turn. So I know how much longer to wait approximately afterwards. More region take strats? Yeah, but as you can see, there's a problem with that, because the Almaga's part and also the dummy part both kind of make this animation thing. Is I don't know when that's going to be. This is not good at all. So it would work if there wasn't those false information thingies. That's probably the... That was Almaga's. That's probably the physical part right here. It might have been. No, it wasn't. Elixirs. He did nothing on his turn. Actually means I would like to hide. But it's not really an option. Because I need to go. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see, what happens if one part remains? It uses Immediate, Almagest, Vacuum Wave, plus Comet, Vacuum Wave, Vacuum Wave. The Meteor, Almagest, Vacuum Wave, Maelstrom, Almagest, Vacuum Wave, Meteorified, Vacuum Wave, Comet, Almagest, Vacuum Wave. So because they use Vacuum Wave this frequently, I can't even kill off one part and just wait for it to run out of magic the other one. Yeah, you die indeed. If it wasn't for so many Vacuum Waves in a row, or the chance of so many Vacuum Waves, it actually might be reasonable to try and kill off the physical part and run the magic part out of, well, magic. Which would take a long time, but if it was at least reasonably consistent, it would be an option. It's not, unfortunately. Alright, need to clean up my numbers here again real quick. Alright. I guess we just attack here, do we? I have to admit I've completely lost where I am in the cycle. Because I was trying to think of things. It was a good idea to heal actually, we had the chance to block, but didn't quite work. Alright, right, now it's turn 2. Turn 3. Come on, dude. Next is gonna be turn 1, I think. He skipped his action turn 1, that's good. Probably the dummy part. I think that's probably the physical part. I was wrong again. Well, we're gonna use an elixir here, I guess. Oof, I do not survive one more physical if it's a vacuum wave. Actually, I could have relied on a regeneration tick. He's gonna attack right after. That's physical. Ineffective. Almagest. Physical is the fastest one, I think, so this is physical again. Hopefully. Dummy part. Physical. Almagest is coming up. I think that's the dummy part again, then immediately physical after. Nice, good job, Ferris. Okay. Actually, no, we could go with another high potion here. Oh. Well, it was the correct decision to go for a high potion instead, though. We are 12,252 HP away from the Almagest part to die. Vacuum wave would force me to use an elixir. Regular attack. We should survive a vacuum wave afterwards, I think. I do get 2 turns before he gets 1. Physical, dummy part. Almagest coming up here. Physical. Physical part will go barely before. And it skipped its turn. Nice. Alright. So close. think we just keep attacking here. Right, now, he has 6,437 HP remaining on the Almagus part. I need to real quick figure out how many times that is. 1,155. 6,437 minus 1,455. 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 more attacks leaves him at exactly 617 HP on the Almagus part. Which I don't think... Alrighty, actually I do have a plan. This is fine. This is probably not going to kill him via Ramu, but we know exactly when he's going to use Almagest. We know exactly when he's going to use Almagest, and we can get a double turn in before he gets out. Can we? Oh no, we cannot. Ah, that's awkward. Hang on. I need to think about this. 617 HP remaining. Thank you for this spell. Actually, don't thank you for this spell. That's my vitality song gone. But I should probably, at least at this point, try to go with the 2 elixirs remaining rather than vitality song. Probably. I will want to attack with the Assassin Dagger once and see how much damage that is. It should be a better number, I think. 260. Okay. We can absolutely work with this. 260, that actually brings us to a good number in the end. So, 5 more attacks on both parts. That is a lot to ask for with 2 elixirs remaining. Also, this is a super awkward spot. I think High Potion is the way to go here. Block! No! Almagus right here. And... went after me, that should be... Oh, that was the dummy part. Probably Almagus here. I think we are fine here-ish. The magic knife. Alrighty. The top one, yeah, I stopped early because in case I accidentally attack it. I didn't want to risk that. Oh, don't run now, Ferris, please. It's a bad idea. Ferris! I think I should have equipped the Guardian Dagger. Yep, I should have. I'm gonna go immediately. Might not be the best idea, but we just need all the time we can get. Ferris, please. Not now. Not now, please. 2 more attacks. Okay. Last elixir here. Yeah. Alright, 357 HP remaining on the physical part. On the Almagus part. So, I think he gets an attack in. I want a High Potion here. Oh, that's not good. Physical is here. Wait, he went 3 times? Oh no, there's 2 dummy parts. That's why I can't count. There's 2 dummy parts. Right. I want to heal, but at the same time, this is not... Let's see, we survive 1 vacuum wave. That is not good enough. We need to heal somewhere. Nice, good job, Ferris. Don't run away now, please. Come on, Ferris. This is so close. 1455. So he has 4403 HP remaining. That is 3 attacks we need to do. He's gonna get an attack in if I... So let's try to figure this out. How do I need to do this right now? If I move, whatever I do now, the physical part is going to attack me. Do I just rely on him hopefully not doing anything, or do I need to heal? I have not enough HP for physical and vacuum wave. If I heal once, I have enough HP for that. 2 vacuum waves will still kill me. Oh, we can hide before. Nice. I have 403 Drysalyzers. No, I didn't count. Oh, this is not good. I didn't count. Oh, rip me. No! That's the wrong part! Oh no, muscle memory, please. Oh no. Muscle memory betrayed me. Vacuum wave, dead. Let's just rewind the last minute here. Right. Alrighty, another death. His attempts take so long. Yeah, mainly because I don't have enough elixir. I'm gonna farm 20 more elixirs, literally, before I go on here. Let's try the sync test. Exactly. So, I'm actually going to briefly reload the save state that I made earlier. This is literally just to test whether we can or cannot sing here. So, this is not going to be the attempt that we win at, just for reference. I just want to test this. I need to hide from the Almegas real quick. So just for reference, this is not going to be the attempt, this is literally just for testing purposes. Okay, so, hero song. Does the physical part knock me out of the singing? It does! Wow. Why wouldn't it? Because phase 1 doesn't. What a lie. It might actually not knock you out in the Game Boy Advance version. Well, good thing we tested that. Yeah, the tree form does not knock you out of... I would run the first form out of magic and just boost myself up to the maximum, if I could. Yeah, phase 1 physical doesn't. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. Either way, we're still gonna go and grab a few more elixirs before I do anything else. If you do a counter kill? No, I don't think that's actually a thing in phase 1. Is it? If you could sing in phase 1, this would be a really easy fight. Yes, it would be. Is it? I thought it didn't work for some reason. Either way, we're gonna get only 10 more elixirs. We don't need 15 now that we can now that we know that we can sing. So what we want to encounter is crystal dragons. They have the common steel. of an elixir. We have slightly less than 20% chance to steal every time we try to attack them. So you could, in theory, take the risk of seeing before Grand Cross and get a chance of keep seeing due to the statin thing happening. Yes, that is technically an option, but only it has to be specifically confused, which is a 1 in 18 chance. Which would be convenient, but honestly, if we just time it so we sing a little bit during the regular times, it should be easy enough, honestly. What? I didn't equip the chicken knife. Nice. Goodbye. Ow. I guess that is a small problem. Well, I won't need the high potions. I'm gonna go into the back row. Yeah, Speed Song should be easy win. I agree. Speed Song until we have a crazy tempo. And then a bit of Hero Song to deal a bit more damage. And also better regeneration would definitely already do the trick. 25%. Good job, Ferris. Yeah, Speed Song will allow us to go so fast that we can go like 4 or 5 times for one physical attack after we power it up for a while. And Hero Song will make it so we will deal so much more damage. By the way, Speed Song will also make it so we deal a ton more damage because it increases agility, which the Chicken Knight scales off of. So this will be actually pretty simple. So by the way, here's a possibility. It's not just the physical part that attacks physically. The Grand Cross part can attack physically as well as the magic part can attack physically. So it is entirely possible that certain attacks of other parts would result in you not getting knocked out of singing. By the way, I just realized if we didn't have that ineffective text from when we tried to summon Golem, that would have probably been the difference in how much HP we needed. In fact, we could have not worried about one more attack because Titan does more damage than Ramur. So actually we would have won if Golem didn't fail. Well, might have. It's a strong possibility. It's a 50% chance to attack and try to steal at the same time, and then a 40% chance subsequently to steal successfully, and then I think a 1 in 16 chance to get the rare steal. Which I do not want the rare steal. Because that is completely useless to me. Alright, add that to the pile of Dragoon Spears that we've gotten. We would also have won if Ferris didn't run away 7 times when it was inappropriate. Yeah, but we also had a long streak of Ferris not running away at some points, so it's just kind of the equalizer, so... Jager Carlson gets the rare steal. I was explaining it for people who may not know. But yeah, the Dragoon Spear is the rare steal. It's a really good spear for a Wild Dragoon. It deals 8 times damage against dragons. And actually, only double. But it ignores defense, it's really good. So not quite a 10% chance per attack. No, actually, not quite a 20% chance per attack of getting the steal I want. Because 50-50 and then 40% chance. With a slight chance of a rare steal. Nice, good job, Ferris. Hyde is quirky, you don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, if we had more information of why Hyde sometimes fails, I think that would be sufficient already. Actually, you know what? Ow, please stop it. You know what? Now that we know that we can sing in phase 2, and I have gotten a fair bit of practice in fact, let's do the guaranteed phase 1, where I will need to not use a whole lot of things, and run it out of magic. So this will take 20 minutes, but it's a guaranteed phase 1 victory. And since I now know that we can sing during phase 2, as well as I've gotten a fair bit of practice, I think this will be fine, with just 26 elixirs. Go away. Alrighty, let's do this. Also, before I do anything else, we don't need the Thief Knife anymore. Check the knife for speed? No, actually, we start with the Guardian Dagger first. So I want to rearrange my inventory. Where's my Guardian Dagger? Guardian Dagger, hello! Am I missing it? Wait, I have it equipped. We can't find a mention of phase 1's physical not provoking counters. A phase 1 physical does provoke counters, but it doesn't interrupt the singing. You were about to say, right, I make these mistakes. Must have misheard some numbers. Yeah, it's a 50% chance to try and steal, then a 40% chance to successfully steal. And then, if you successfully steal, a 1 in 16 to get the rare steal. Alrighty, so normally you would have to hide for... How long is it? You would have to hide for a literal hour in order to run this guy out of magic. But what we are gonna do is we are going to give him an ether, which sets his MP to 9,999 instead of 30,000. Which means we have to wait 40 minutes less. And we even get lucky with the white hole to not hit. Alrighty. We are going to continue this in approximately 20 minutes, 44 hours into the run. And to give you a brief illustration of how the previous attempt went, here real quick. So these are the numbers that I kept track of. Grand Crossbart died pretty quick because we deal so much damage. And these are the numbers that I dealt to him via the previous phase. So he had 357 HP left on the Almagas portion, and he had 4,403 HP left. So we needed 4 more attacks in order to almost kill him. But alas, that wasn't the case. Also, I'm gonna rearrange this a little bit while I have time to do so. Because what I want to do is... what? That doesn't make sense. So what I want to do is I want to get a bit more space for these, because these... all of these, the way this works here is if I type in any number, it will subtract it from its HP down here. So you can't see the full numbers here, but that's fine. You don't need to see the full numbers, I just need to type them in. So what I'm gonna do is I will be moving this over here. So for reference, here we have the AI script that approximately is used. Each individual part actually has a slightly different enrage AI script when there's no other parts left. So maybe I should have looked at the specifics for what they do, but usually there's too many vacuum waves in there. Specialty is always the vacuum wave, which deals so much damage. So there's that. So alrighty, let me go ahead and give it like twice the space, shall we? I'm just rearranging my document here a little bit. Usually the magic part is irrelevant for most classes, unless I want to take an extra challenge to not worry, or well, to take out the magic part the normal way, or well, the straightforward way, rather than the cheesy way. But classes like the Bard have it difficult enough, we do not need to make this any more difficult than it is. Adding borders, by the way, in case you're wondering. Alright. We don't need that much space for the number in the end. I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna do this. By the way, I like messing around with these documents here. Google Sheet doc thingies. Oh, right. Actually, I forgot. This will remove the nice grid. So how do I do this? Ah, I know. I'm going to copy this corner here and put it here. Oh, not what I mind. That's one too many. Only 3? Alright, that's fine. Okay, now I can copy this corner, put it over here. So basically I'm just rearranging the thing here because I feel like I will want to do this. Alrighty, so now almost. Hang on. So this is 60,000. Also the sum here needs to be this entire area rather than... Wait, can I do this? Oh, you can. That's neat. That's 18.75%. Oh, thank you. I see. Thank you, Bad Road, for the exact number. You think if you do a single job challenge, you'll do a no magic lamp rule? Oh wow, good luck with that. If you do a single job challenge with a no magic lamp rule, I highly recommend... Actually, it is almost a requirement, I dare to say, for you to choose a job that does not get killed by petrification. Because if you do, you will probably run into a brick wall. Like, even more than most character classes do already. Alright. Some of this plus this. And then we can actually just copy this over, which should adapt this. The only difference is that I need to adjust this here again, because physical part only has 50,000 HP. And good. Now I can type in the numbers anywhere here, and they will get subtracted. So, one of the problems was, because I only had this box like this to add numbers, I actually did not have enough numbers to add for the Bard. So now we have more space to add numbers here. Okay. So, just 15 more minutes until he's out of magic. Blue Mage can handle that pretty well, yes. I dare to say if you bother to grind up a few more levels with the Mystic Knight also has a really good shot at doing this without a magic lamp. As does the Chemist, but Chemist really doesn't need a magic lamp. Chemist destroys everything if you get setup time. And you do plenty of setup time in the phase 1 as a Chemist. Venom Spellblade works too eventually, yes. So the magic part can be poisoned, and I really like poisoning enemies. So I actually tried that, I think, during the Mystic Knight solo challenge run, but I needed to level up a lot more for actual levels, because I just didn't survive long enough the onslaught of attacks. The Chemist is true magic lamp. You all thought it was funny that the back part isn't heavy. Honestly, I really like the design overall for bosses for Final Fantasy V. They all have not just one weakness that you can exploit, but multiple ones. So you have, as a casual player, a much better chance to, well, find one of those ways that works. Too often I feel like in games and RPGs and puzzles really, there's exactly one solution to the problem, where it's like, well, you either find this, or, well, you don't. Rip. So this is kind of why I really like Final Fantasy V, and it's probably my favorite one of the bunch for gameplay reasons. It just allows for freedom, like the challenge runs where you are only using, like Forge of Fiesta is probably the best example. Forge of Fiesta is amazing, because it allows you to have 4 random chops, and chances are you can deal with pretty much every boss one way or another. Some are a bit tougher than normally, but you can pretty much always deal with them, which is the beauty. You've forgotten the magic lamp a few times in your Forge of Fiesta runs, and it does make this fight a lot harder. It does, yes. And yeah, in Career Day, which is by the way effectively a randomizer, if you know Free Enterprise for Final Fantasy IV, it's kinda like that. Sometimes you don't find the magic lamp, but if you have a Blue Mage with Condemn never misses, so it takes a 30-second or, well, 30 time unit timer. It's not really seconds really. And then that part is done as well. Alternatively, you can poison it, or you could try and get really lucky and land some percentile attacks against it, such as the Time Mage Quarter. The thing is, the magic part also has the lowest amount of magic evasion out of all the 4 parts of Neo X-Death. But the lowest amount is actually still a lot, with 66%. But it's still decently likely to hit it. Throwing a piece of a giant monster into the void. In the void, into the void. Alrighty, I need to go to the bathroom real quick, so be right back. By the way, just as a frame of reference, I have about 2 more hours, and then I have an important appointment. So we will continue later if I don't manage to beat this guy until then. But I hope this will be the successful attempt here, now that we know we can actually sing in the second phase. Boy, that's gonna be a lot more powerful and useful. So be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Sing should make it pretty easy? Yeah, it should. As long as we get the sing going, so to speak. I just need to be not singing while the Grand Cross or the Almagas part is hitting us, so that's gonna be a bit of a tricky timing. Although I will arguably want to destroy the Grand Cross part before I start singing. Actually, yeah, I think that's gonna be what I do. Also, by the way, what I was thinking is, you know how it's weird that specifically this guy here does not have, or does not knock you out of the singing when he attacks physically? I wonder whether, let's say phase 2 or phase 3 of the tree encounter here, I wonder whether these might actually knock you out of the singing. Like, it might just be specifically phase 1 that he does not knock you out of the singing here. Who knows? Hard to tell. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm going to make another save state once he is out of magic in order to test that later. I kind of assume we are going to win this attempt unless I mess up with the Grand Cross part again. But now that I know there's a visual cue for it, it should be fine. They probably all don't knock you out of sing if the point is to prevent counterattacks from killing from one and preventing Neo from spawning. Oh. Oh. Oh, so this is deliberate. I get. Wait. Oh, I did. I feel like I only just now realized what you said earlier. Or what the conversation was about earlier. That actually makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. Otherwise suddenly monk would be the most OP job. And we can't have that. Oh, I like monks. To be fair, it's more like I like the concept of monks. They are a bit cumbersome to use. Actually, I don't think I still have never had a monk in the Forge of Fiesta. Are reflected spells considered counterattacks? Yes. Yes, they are. Actually, no. No, they're not. Not the same way, anyways. If they had made a Kaiser Knuckles as a weapon, they might have been redeemed at the end. Yes. Kaiser Knuckle needs to be a weapon in order for monks to be really good, because otherwise you're just missing out on haste. And the thing is, even if you have a Time Mage and can, or even a Samurai for that matter, and can give the monk haste with the Kaiser Knuckles, there's still the catch of they're still going to be susceptible to sleep paralyze and stop, which does occur rather frequently in the later stages of the game. That's actually a good point. I think that's one of the little changes that you could do in order to make one of the jobs significantly better for the later parts. What is the earliest Kaiser Knuckle you can get? I know there's one in the chest in the trench, but is there any one that you can get earlier than that? A rare pyramid chest drop. You mean from an encounter in the pyramid? Or is it the things that have like car names for some reason? I forget what they're called. See iron knuckles over there. Okay, I know which ones. So you kind of have to grind them out, which actually wouldn't be that bad to do. And in fact, if I get to the solo monk, we may want to attempt that. Because that is before we get the haste boot, so we would have one boss, Merujin, to use these to shine. Although for Merujin we would still want to have the flame ring instead, so it's kinda useless. Oh. Three in 16 chance. Yeah, not quite. It's a 15... You know the math, I don't need to tell you that. Oh, he's out of MP. Alrighty, I'm actually going to make a save state here. No, I'm not going to make a save state here, because we already know the answer. He's not going to knock us out of singing in the first phase. Alrighty, so, first of all, Vitality Song. Wait, before I do that, I could... Wait, I already have it equipped, never mind. Let's go. Yeah, what Hitaka says is accurate. But I know Dryzalizer knows those two. It's just easier to express it that way. Alrighty, so... Chicken Knife. Do you need to do anything else in phase 1, aside from keep track of his HP? Haha. .6%. I don't know, dude. Can't do that in the head. I guess I can, technically. I do have time, so 15 times 15 times 15. That's 150 plus 50, 200 plus 25. 225 times 5 is 1,100, 1,350 over 16 times 16, which is 256 times 16, which is maths. Hey Vanacut, welcome, how are you doing? Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to you. I hope you have a good morning so far, or, well, as good as it gets. Hopefully. I would need to write it down, I think. Okay, 2 more hits and he will be in phase 2. Wait, is that true? No, that's not true. Now he's gonna be in phase 2 after this attack. Alrighty, hold your flare please. Thank you. I'm actually still curious whether... No, it makes sense, the theory that you never get to counterattack in phase 1 because that would potentially mess up phase 2, kinda like it does with Archaeovis. I never thought about this, but does that mean if you kill him with HP leak, you also straight up kill him? Kinda like Archaeovis. Could be interesting to try sometime. So in fact, any character who can use HP leak or, well, venom rods would be able to do that. In theory it might work, yeah. But I should start healing again. You have to get him down to very little HP to do that, right? But hey, you can, if you can do that with something that can inflict HP leak, so let's see what can do that. Blue Mage, Black Mage, Time Mage, Summoner, Necromancer. I do believe technically Oracle as well, but that's a bit more cumbersome to set up. Your favorite is releasing a page 32 to banish one of the non-heavy forms. It sinks into the floor and then just reappears. Right, that's also about right. Ever there is something new. Well, I hope someday it's going to be consistently good. Well, I can always hope. Hopefully anyways. What a good luck to you, Vanacut. And welcome. Wait. Oh, never mind. Now I'm in the final phase. I was about to say, wait, I already did 39,000? Wait, it's 49,000 damage that I need to do. Slash? Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun to figure out, oh yeah, you can just do insta-kill phase 2 and 3. But if you do that, you're still going to the next phase, because it's technically an attack. By the way, Manicat, if I may ask, have you managed to paint something recently? Okay, one more attack and we're done here, so I will want to heal up to full before we go. Okay, let's do this. A little bit already. If you'd like to share your art, we do have a Discord if you'd like to, but if it's just for yourself, that is perfectly fine too. I'm just curious. So I think. Alright. Magic Lamp first in order to take out the Grand Cross part, the magic part in one attack. That way we don't have to worry about that anymore. Then we start working on the Grand Cross part. I think we start working on the Grand Cross part right away. The quicker it is gone, the better for me overall. Magic Lamp. And this time I need to make sure I do not waste Golem's potential. Okay, magic part gone. Already back in life. And now, Polo's Harp. Start working on this. So once again, this is 8 times damage and ignores defense. Thanks to the Apollo's Harp having a special bonus against dragon type enemies, and the Grand Cross part is considered a dragon. So that is that. He is going to do the things. Yeah, the laws of physics are broken. I want to hide. Okay, there's my thing gone. I get to attack once. I should be able to go before the magic part goes again. The physical part is what I meant. Okay, back to the Guardian Dagger. Hide. Ooh! So, that was interesting, by the way. So normally, when you attack an enemy... Also nice picture there. Normally, when you attack an enemy... you keep your weapon until you take another action. Even if I exchange it in my inventory, if I don't take an action, my weapon is actually going to be the same as it was in the previous turn. So here, I actually started inputting the hide command, and that actually switched the weapon just in time for the physical attack to be blocked there. So that was interesting. Ineffective. Very interesting. Alright. 9128. If we are lucky, it's actually just 3 more attacks to take care of the I guess part here. 8. I'm okay with this spell. Nice. And we get to attack once more. So laws of the physics are going to be broken again. Right here. So we wait out the Grand Cross. And then we have to kill that part really fast. Because now it is below 15,000 HP. This is actually going to be super sketchy here. Okay, Vacuum Wave here. Laws of the physics are going to be normal as soon as the color returns. That's the physical part attacking here. There. I need to heal. So the problem is actually we could get hit by a meteor. I just hope it doesn't happen, honestly. Okay, one more attack. We'll take it out. Oof. And I can use the magic lamp instead of to take it out rather than anything else. Oh, wait, this is not guaranteed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, he has 246 HP left. This is not enough. This is not good. This is Carbuncle. Alright. Good block, Ferris, thank you. Alright, let's finish it off guaranteed. We need to get rid of it. Alright. That was just barely not enough damage. Okay, Guardian Dagger, hiding, and then we need to start powering up. And also heal. I want to heal to full before I start powering up. Also, I want to use the magic lamp here. Ineffective. So next is Carbuncle. Oh, you know what's the problem? I do not want to kill the Almaguest part. There is a 1 in 4 chance we hit the Almaguest part with the Magic Lamp's Shout attack. And it's a really low chance to hit, even if we target the correct part. But if Petrification from Shout on Magic Lamp, which is a random target, and like an 80% chance to fail anyways, it could technically kill the Almaguest part in 1 hit. It's pretty unlikely, yeah, it is, but also pretty unpleasant. I'm gonna wait until he physically attacks, then heal. And then we try and start singing the speed song, I think. Golem is not actually going to help with the buffing process, unfortunately. In fact, I may not even want to have the Guardian Dagger equipped here. Because I want to get knocked out of the singing in time before Almaguest hits. See, I actually don't want to have the... Yeah, I do not want to have the Guardian Dagger equipped. I want to get knocked out of the singing. I think he just skipped his turn, but it could have been a dummy part. No, I was right. Gonna wait until he does takes another turn. Unpleasant. It should give us a few ticks of speed. Very unpleasant here. I might already be significantly faster than him. Not quite. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to wait for his next Almaguest before I do anything else. Because I do not want to be in the middle of singing and then he decides to not attack physically. And then I get hit by Almaguest all of a sudden, so I really want to avoid that part. Ow. Once again, I do want to not equip the Guardian Dagger. I want to get knocked out of the singing sooner rather than later. Pretty painful process, but we'll survive. I'm gonna use Vitality Song here to get an idea on how many turns I get for him getting 1. Okay, we do not quite yet get 3 turns for him getting 1. We're almost there. I did not mean to use a high potion. I wanted to use an elixir here. Okay. Kinda like before. I should have enough time to... No, not an elixir. Potion. And then hide before he physically attacks again. And then we wait for the next Almaguest. So we basically just need to be really patient here. Almaguest would deal 1600 to 1700 damage. On top of... There is, don't do that. Well, there goes my regeneration ticks. Sorry if I keep interrupting myself, I need to really focus and keep track of things. So he just decided to skip multiple turns. This is turn 2, where he guaranteed physically attacks. And I think we're just gonna go ahead. Heal. Okay, he may have skipped his turn. No, I think we are faster than the physical part now, after singing. And like before, I do not want to have the chicken knife. Oh. This is so silly. So ineffective works for me, but also against me. Okay, turn 1 is next. He can't do nothing this turn. Which he did indeed decide to do nothing. And then vacuum wave. So we are so fast right now that we get easily in a turn in to fully heal. And then hide. We could even attack in between if we wanted to, I think. Ah, not quite. I think he would have gotten a physical attack in there. But we are ridiculously fast right now at this point. The speed song is taking hold more and more now. This ATB is looking much better. It is. Yeah, we are so crazy fast now. Let's use a vitality song. And just be patient. We are fast, but hubris would be my downfall. I think that's how you use that word when I'm overconfident. Like the game hasn't yet realized that you're not hiding. Exactly, it didn't update the available targets for whatever reason. I do not know why that happened. I do not know why that happens. It's just a thing that, well, happens. Hubris? Okay. Yeah, I used the word once. Ow. Okay, I'm just gonna heal up via potions for a while. It never seems to happen for items. Yes, anything that I specifically target via cursor, it doesn't happen to. But if it's targeting something by default, like it by default targets my own party, that is when it seems to happen. Yeah, he's going to go into his wiggly face again in a second. Come on, wiggly face. There we go, wiggly face. I'm actually going to very briefly wait before singing until he physically attacks, because he's about to physically attack, I think. There it is. Now we sing the speed song again. I have no idea how far we are with the speed song at this point, but we are starting to get to the point where we have ridiculous speed. So at some point I thought that the faster I am, the faster the speed song works as well, as the faster the singing works as well, but I don't actually know whether that's true. It may or may not be true. So, we've gotten 3 turns after getting knocked by him, so we are 4 times as fast as him at this point. Well, that was just mean. I can heal twice more though. Then he hide. Actually, only 1. The singing probably works from ATB ticks. Honestly, I know it works a bit faster than that. But that also might mean that it might be a consistent increase rather than every ATB tick. But I don't know. It's something that we would need to research. More speed. Wait. Take a knife. Take care, Vanakat. Thank you for dropping by. This is crazy. I get to heal twice before he does anything. In fact, I would have gotten a 4th turn before he got to attack here. I'm not sure whether we managed to reach the maximum for Speed Song, but probably we are starting to get close to that. I'm gonna get 2 more cycles of Speed Song and then we switch over to Hero Song to increase our level. Okay. Ineffective. There we go. Actually, yeah, I never specifically looked up singing in the algorithms guide, have I? This might be a mistake. If he skips his subsequent turns here rather than physically attacking, and the Almagus hits... Uh-oh. Attack me, please. Okay, not a pleasant attack. Can't find anything about it. Yeah, that's the problem. The algorithms guide is amazing, but not complete. It's like 98% complete. Only these very super specific and ridiculous questions tend to not be in the algorithms guide. Okay, this is the last cycle where I'm gonna be singing. For the speed anyways. And then we switch over to Hero Song. We're not gonna go for too much Hero Song, I'm not gonna max it out, I don't think it's necessary. Thank you. Let's see, how many turns do I get before he attacks again? 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. He's still... This is probably his physical attack. I don't actually know. I think that was 6 attacks for him getting... He might have skipped his turn. I guess that's possible. 6 seems a bit insane, but then again... Possible. Wait, was I still singing? My ATB was at the top already at the end here. This doesn't seem quite right. Was I still singing for some reason? Does my ATB even reduce? Right, Hero Song. Hero Song increases my levels. And since all the HP calculations or damage calculations are based off of levels, 1 pixel ATB. It's a bit more than that, but yeah. So we're going to go until we get about 100 HP per regeneration tick, I say. Going fast equals achieved, yes. So we're just gonna go for the Hero Song for like 5 cycles. 5, 6 I would guess. And then we start attacking. So this initially looks like a gigantic waste of time, because we're not dealing damage. But we are going to get so much more damage in, because we don't have to heal all the time in between attacks, that it's going to be significantly more powerful here. Check Knight, please. Do not use the Hero Song. There he is! Oh my goodness. Ineffective still, huh? There's the vacuum wave. You could attack 4 times then hide and dodge every attack. I could attack 3 times for that. Actually, no, you're right. With 6 it would be that way. You're correct. But yeah, there's the problem of... I'm just gonna elixir here. There would still be the problem in that case, but in particular, that I do not know when he is going to physically attack. If I knew whenever his physical attack was, rather than whenever he's blinking he's trying to do something because of the 2 dummy parts just doing nothing, and he's blinking during those 2. The problem with these is that I have no idea when he would be physically attacking. If I could keep exact track of his physical attacks, it would end up being quite decent. I do not want to use Shot, do I? Nah, I really don't. So, there's a minuscule chance to kill this thing via this, but I don't think we need Golem. Golem is going to be a last resort in case some things go wrong. Yeah, that's what I figured. $90. Ow. He's such a meanie. Could still get you trapped. No, actually, if you get hit while Golem is... If you are singing while you get hit, with Golem active, you actually still get knocked out of singing. We saw that during the Necrophobia fight. You stop singing even with Golem active. So it's actually fine. Yeah, I thought that wasn't the case either, but... Wait, no, I want the chicken knife. You know what? I'm actually going to start attacking here. Even though I want to sing the hero song, it seems like always the first thing is going to miss anyway. So, I'm gonna go for the Almagus part first this time. 3298. That's really good damage. That's more than double than what I did before. 3298. 3298. Okay, I actually don't think we need to sing anymore. You see, I start demolishing here. We are in the back row. We deal more damage than we did in the front row in phase 1. I get so many turns! It almost doesn't matter that we get the count run once in a while. That wasn't an invitation to do it, but sure. We already, in this one round, churned through half of its HP. Actually, this is more than half its HP already. This is insane. There is. I want that attack, because I already noted it down. Ferris is a blater nod. NATO. Yes. This is the real sword dance. Okay. Okay, it's 2 more attacks on the... It's 2 more attacks on the Almagus part. Ow. I'm just gonna heal that up. We have plenty of elixirs left at this point. Yeah, alrighty. I'm actually glad we tested whether you can sing during phase 2, because this is a lot more manageable. There's literally no way I should lose anymore, unless I mess up royally. Which is always an option. Oh, actually, there is a way to lose. Because I still want to use the magic lamp until I get Titan. Because otherwise I don't have an area of effect attack. But I'm so fast that it should be fine. Alright, let me actually see real quick. 3298. 3298. This part would be 1667 HP. So I want to attack the front part with Apollo's Heart once. $816. Okay, give me a second. I need to calculate how much damage I do. Okay. So this is fine. If I attack 2 more times the front, it is going to be just under 1000 HP. With the chicken after this. Heal real quick. And we're gonna hide until Almagus happens. Just gaining an entire turn in here. Alrighty, so chicken knife, front part. 3298. Front part. 3298. Okay, 851 HP remaining on the front. So let's see, if I 3298, 3298. We are actually 92 damage overkill on the Almagus part, so I'm actually going to heal it via a high potion. And then attack it twice with the chicken knife here. Or try to anyways. And this will make it be under 408 HP. So now the Almagus part is at 408 HP, whereas the physical part is at 851. Which means we can use the magic lamp, which is walled now. Then we get Shout, which has a... this is the reason why I did this, by the way. Shout has a chill... that... oh, Demon's Eye has a chance to insta-kill Almagest. I did not want to do this any earlier. Earth Wall, this is what we wanted initially. I guess Earth Wall by itself should already save us, except against Meteor, I guess. So, just in case I miscalculated, I'm going to wait until he physically attacks. Rage of the Earth should finish it off. Alrighty. That's that. And one of the more silly challenges complete. Honestly, I think Bard was surprisingly strong overall. Like, I expected this to be on the level of White Mage and Geomancer in terms of difficulty. But while the damage output was around there for the Bard for the most part, Hide is a lot more powerful than even I realized. Like, I knew Hide was going to be really, really strong. But this was even more crazy good than I initially thought it's going to be. GG, thank you everybody. So yeah, our Bard is pretty good. Let's see how many deaths we had total. We are up to 64, which kind of lands the Bard, I would think, in the middle. We could have had a fair bit less, that is plus 19 deaths. So we had 19 deaths on next death. Total. So this actually is pretty much decent for any class that doesn't have a way around White Hole anyways. And that worked out pretty well, I would say. Bard's singing can easily take you from being not strong to being very, very strong. Yes, overpowered even. If you get the opportunity to sing. So it was actually a really interesting balance to try and get some singing in various boss fight and enemy encounters. And the final time... let me actually show you what I'm doing here in the document, because might as well see it now. Yeah, 64 deaths total. And the final time is 44 hours, 33 minutes, and probably 5 seconds. The final level, I was level 64. So, the Bard did take a fair bit longer than most other challenges. Even longer than the Geomancer per se, but while it wasn't fast, it was actually pretty powerful overall. So going back through the list of enemies, so we had a few random deaths. Not that many, because we can actually run from encounters really easily. So it was just more of a case of I just messed up, or it was a bit really unlucky. So that can happen. Car boss... right, I forgot about this. We had 0 deaths on car boss. There is no reason why we would have 0 deaths on car boss, aside from being able to skip the first turn, which was the first use of Hide. We just got pretty lucky that we managed to defeat him first try. That was really good. 59 car boss, yes, the summoner had a very unique problem there, aside from being pretty weak. Siren we didn't even attempt, because there's no reason to go for Siren. Magis and Forza, 1 death. And I think that was 1 death because I kinda derped or didn't want to use the elixirs, one way or another. Galora, I actually don't remember why we died. Must have not paid attention. Liquid Flame. Oh, the Liquid Flame was 1 death because I went up to it initially and realized I probably want to have more levels and went back outside afterwards. Iron Claw and Ifrit 0. Ifrit is mildly surprising to be 0, but it went over pretty well. Biblos, thankfully we only had 1 death because we needed to wait, what was it, 2 hours every time in order for him to run out of magic. More like 1 hour 50. But the first attempt ended a bit unfortunate. The second attempt we got a bit luckier, and we needed to get a little bit lucky, and that ended up working out. Sandworm was, well, I was being greedy with using elixirs and potions, is why we got killed here. But wasn't anything to note. Crayclaw worked out surprisingly well. But the thing is, I realized that I could actually just confuse him a bit later than it needed to be. Adam and Timmy, my strategy with hide and just hide from the dangerous turn and only go in for the less dangerous turn worked really well. So that way we were able to pretty much eliminate half or a third of his attacks entirely. Rocket launchers, that was just 2 resets to get flame launchers instead of anything else to make it simple. This was slow enough already, so didn't need to be any slower with rocket launchers. Soul Cannon, 1 death. I do believe that is because I derped a little bit, but nothing too bad. Archeo Avis. Did we really have 0? We did level a ton before Archeo Avis, so it's very likely that we had 0. But I thought I had at least 1 death here for some reason. Not sure. Either way, Archeo Avis, because we power leveled up to level 48 before even going to World 2, we were decently high level and were able to crush him rather easily. Puroboros, I don't remember why I died, I shouldn't have. Oh yeah, I messed up with unhiding in the explosion turn instead. But oh well. Chimera Brain and Titan were both rather simple. Then we have Gilgamesh. So, we actually did an extra challenge here. We did Gilgamesh, or defeated Gilgamesh. Level 1. Oh, I guess I don't note that down. So level 1 Gilgamesh with solo Galuf was very doable. Thanks to the harp actually doing good damage. Just the weirdest thing. And where are we? Then we were on the bridge. I got lucky on the bridge that I didn't have more deaths because I went for the Mage Masher strategy, which has a 1 in 4 chance to proc. And it already worked on the second try, so we didn't have to use many elixirs. Curio Plant, the stop strategy worked perfectly fine on the first try, so that was pretty good. And we didn't get unlucky with the plants just paralyzing us in time because they resisted. So, the expected result, but we need to get a little bit lucky there. Gilgamesh on the boat. I think I straight up defeated them, or did I run him out of magic? I honestly do not remember. I think I straight up defeated them. Probably. Atmos, you just hide until he is out of magic. Pretty easy. Took a while. Crystal Guardians. Was actually a bit awkward to get the fire crystal under the threshold of HP so it starts healing us. And that was kinda slow, but, well, was a guaranteed to win. And then Gilgamesh in Exdev's castle. This was, as expected, tougher than Exdev himself. But this is also where we realized that if we start singing, and then get confused or put to sleep, as we figured out later, and then we get knocked out of the singing, we actually just passively continue singing, and that was kind of the most insane thing, because we were able to absolutely demolish Gilgamesh after that happened. Although we did end up running into a weird bug, where we were hiding during his metamorph phase, where he's just supposed to have a bit of RP and then get banished to the void by Exdev. But the banishing never happened, so we had to defeat him or deal 60,000 damage with just the Dancing Dagger, being level reduced because of the Sonic Wave in the first phase. So that took a long time, also a lot of deaths. Then Gilgamesh, or X-Death, we had 5 deaths because of Condemn in the first cycle. That's just what happens. And then first try, after he did not use Condemn, my strategy with just reflecting level 3 flares worked perfect. We did get a little bit lucky, but for the most part it was kinda straightforward. Antline, well, nothing to note really, because we did just use the standard strategy. By the way, real quick before I continue rambling on about things, we are going to decide at the end which class it's going to be for the next challenge. And I'm also going to do it so that anybody who is watching here, you can enter a raffle. And I'm going to reset the raffle here. And that raffle, if you'd like to join, it's basically anybody can join. You don't have to be subscribed or anything like that. I don't like doing that. You can define which character we choose. It's either going to be Bards or Fairies for our main character. You can choose the name, but that's 2 separate people. There's going to be 3 winners. The first winner is going to define whether we choose Bards or Fairies. The second winner is going to be telling us what Bards' name is going to be. And then the third one is going to tell us the background color of the window. So if you'd like to join for that raffle, feel free to write !join. If you're just lurking, feel free to join. If you just arrived here for the first time, feel free to join, it's fine. As usual, it needs to be appropriate. And that's that. The straw poll is still up for you to vote on which solo character challenge you would like to see next. Oh, SSCC. So here is the straw poll for the next solo challenge, so make sure to vote on that. Alrighty. The vote straw poll closes and I will define the raffle winners at the time we reach the end in the game. Alright, let's continue rambling. Stalker had surprisingly much trouble with defeating Stalker. This guy, well, honestly, I should have had him first try, but there was hubris involved right there, where I ended up trying to go for the hero song because I already successfully pulled off the confused speed song and continued singing passively. I should have just attacked him instead. I would have won first try. Oh well. We didn't go for the trench trio, although we did actually go into the trench to level up to our destined level. Level 63 and almost 64. Trench trio was nothing because we didn't do it. Omniscient 0 deaths because we just hit until the next stream. Minotaurus was easy, kind of as expected. He doesn't deal much damage, and we were more leveled than most other solo characters. Calotis Theory, we actually ran her out of MP. I figured I should deal more damage than what I ended up doing, so that was kinda curious. Not difficult, but awkward. Omega, we didn't accidentally run into it, so 0 deaths, hooray, we didn't try it either. A Panda, kind of as expected, 1 shot. And then Apocalypse, we got decently lucky that he didn't defeat us, but I also did avoid the more crucial turns and only attacked him during one specific turn where he could have dealt damage, but it wasn't ever going to be particularly dangerous. Actually, was it more like 2 or 3 turns? Either way, we avoided the turns where he could have crushed us. So Bard Hide is really, really good for consistency because we can just avoid the brutal turns of bosses as long as we are faster than them. If we are not faster, it's a bit more, well, still possible to do things, but less ideal. Okay, Catastrophe. Well, we were floating with the reflecting, so that was easy. Halicarnasa, we just reflected the holies and hit from everything else. Pretty easy. Twintania, we attacked Twintania with the with the Assassin's Dagger, hoped for a proc, and if it didn't work, we just hit. Until the next time Twintania switched to the second phase. And that was pretty straightforward. Gilgamesh in the X-Zone, he hits like a truck, but, well, wasn't that difficult. Shinryu, we didn't try. And Necrophobia. Also, by the way, I think I probably should have Omega as 0 if I don't even try it. Oh well. Necrophobia, we ended up with our strategy with using Golem via Lamp first try. And that ended up working pretty well. We hid from the barriers in order to run them out of magic initially. Then we had to walk all the way outside and back inside to refresh the magic lamp and try 3x death. We could have had significantly less deaths if I decided to just go for hiding until he was out of magic in the first phase. But I wanted to kind of push the envelope and get to phase 2 more frequently than that. But honestly, I think in the long run, it would have been faster to wait these 20 minutes every time. But that's just kind of in hindsight. Alrighty, and with this concludes our solo character challenge run with the Bard. Next one is going to be question mark, level, or well, revenge attack 14, no, the next one, whatever it is. So with this we have completed our Bard. I still need to make the link work for the summoner, I guess. Welcome to the team, my friend. And here, once again, make sure you vote on the raffle, what you would like to see. And let's see what the raffle is currently at. Sorry for the light. Yeah, sure, cookies. Results. So currently in the lead, we have the Cannoneer. Wait, is that the correct drop hole? Last time I checked, it was Beastmaster far ahead. Wait, that's the wrong drop hole there. Yep, Cannoneer. Alright, it is the correct drop hole. Just double checking. Okay. So, people would like to see the Cannoneer. It's actually going to be one of the more powerful classes, but also one that I don't have any clue about, really. We'll see how this is going to work. That's not true, I do now have a clue of how it works to an extent. But you still have time to vote. If you'd like to see something else, make sure to vote for it. And at this point, we're just waiting for the end. Can I post the straw poll? Sure. It is in chat with that gigantic text spell spam, but here's the straw poll, just separate, so it's easier to click on, or find for that matter. Here we go. Cannoneer will be better if you have shots earlier rather than late only, but maybe that will work out either way. You could have shots if you play a New Game Plus file. Wait, there's New Game Plus in this game? Either way, I will probably do it the same way I did the Necromancer, where initially we just played straight up. But maybe we do a Cannoneer version 2.0, where we'll be given all the shots immediately. But that really strongly depends on how interesting it's going to be to play with the shots. GBA is New Game Plus. Really? What does New Game Plus actually do? You would think I should know this game, but I guess I don't. BRB food. Food! How do you activate New Game Plus anyways? It's not exactly New Game Plus, I guess. Not sure what to call it. Like, what happens during it? How do you activate it? And what are the benefits of that? By the way, I have no idea why sometimes you get a flower carpet here and sometimes you don't. It seems like the credits are a little bit different each time, which kind of makes sense based on which characters are alive and dead during the final battle, by the way. But at the same time, sometimes you get the flower, sometimes you don't. Sometimes the void text disappears right away, sometimes it doesn't as soon as you win. I have no idea. After you beat the game, you can make a save file, but it doesn't reset levels, it's for playing the bonus dungeon. I guess you won't be able to buy the special vendor shots until late game. Yeah, I know about the bonus dungeon after you beat the game, but well, that's the bonus. Post-game content, not New Game Plus exactly. I figured there would be a New Game Plus where you could just restart the game. That's usually what New Game Plus means, rather than post-game. BRB food. Alrighty. Alrighty, last chance to join the raffle, !join, if you'd like to tell us which character we play, either Butts or Ferris. If you'd like to name Butts at the beginning, and if you would like to define which background color we have for the window. As usual, I will tell you if something is not necessarily appropriate, or if I don't do certain names, or for that matter, background color for the window. Like, we are not gonna go pure white, that it would be really hard on the eyes. So it needs to be a relatively dark shade of a color. Pew. Pew. And hey, Jam Evil, thank you. Bard is no joke, although it is the closest to a jester, so maybe he kind of is. Ha! Oh, shit. Well, of course we will have one level in Samurai, because we defeated Minotauros with the low-level characters. Cannoneer is going to be pretty silly, probably. Are you supposed to be this long on the screen? Wow, that took forever until the next one goes. Love song! Aww. You know, I feel like Ferris kinda likes Gilgamesh, because that was the love song. And I'm sure Gilgamesh found that stunning. At least I think that's love song, because that's the red notes. You would think after a solo bar challenge I would know, but not really. I didn't pay attention. Although I do have a hunch. Those boots though, they do not look comfy. Although I guess it could actually just be the shoes being behind each other rather than two separate shoes. No, they would have an outline. You're just a bit late, indeed. Hey Dark JDL, you can actually get knocked out of singing in phase 2. Fun fact. After, basically, once I got into phase 2, I ran out of elixirs and healing just barely before winning. And I ended up dying just shy of winning. Also, Golem didn't work because of hide shenanigans, so that might have been the difference. Although, welcome to you. I hope you're doing well, Dark JDL. Once again, exclamation mark join. Last chance to join the raffle for naming the character, choosing whether it's Bards or Fairies, and, well, background color for the window. Alrighty, and with that, chance is over. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the straw poll one last time, see whether anything may have changed. And we're going to be playing the Cannoneer. So it will be Cannoneer, which is one of the Game Advance shops. I keep forgetting they are over here, by the way. We are going to take the Cannoneer and move it into the in progress slot. For reference, I'm not going to be starting this today. I will want to do this a bit later, so I can prepare everything. Plus, I forget how to get the GPH up so early. So that will be a thing to figure out offline. So, it will be Cannoneer. I need to rename this thing for... How do you even write Cannoneer? Cannoneer with 2 N's? How do I write that? Cannoneer, I think I got it. Alrighty, and that's gonna be that for this. Let's go ahead and see who may have won the raffle. So once again, the first winner will be defining which character we take, either Bards or Fairies. I'm going to choose the winner right now. Only 5 people joined, so let's see who is going to be winning. And James Pettit, or James Pettit? James Pettit? James Pettit? I don't know. Feel free to correct me on how to pronounce your name. You would like for us to choose Bards. Alrighty, we will do that. And that means I also don't have to adjust the sprite. How convenient. Then the next one will tell us what the name is going to be of Bards. Short E. James Pettit? James Pettit? James Pettit? I think? Anyway, thank you. So the next winner is going to define what the name is going to be of Bards, so here it goes. And TC Matthews is going to be the one. So I'm going to write down the name, because we're not going to start yet, I will just do that next time. So if you'd like to have a name for Bards... Nice. It's going to be Badza, the classic. Very nice. PE like Pez. Oh, James Pettit. Like that? Okay, and the last one is going to define the background color for the window. And for that, actually, we'll have to switch over to the Game Boy Advance version real quick. Let's do that. And I'm actually just gonna use it on emulator. Hang on, this is easier. Not what I planned on doing, but I guess I didn't really expect. I didn't think about the Game Advance version. Okay, so give me a second. Game Advance. Where are it though? There we go. Oh, I'm a derp. Alrighty. So, for the last one, the background color for the window looks a bit different. So, I'm gonna pick the winner now, but I only want to have a bit of a picture of reference. I already have a cannoneer. Did I have a cannoneer at some point in a Photoshop Fiesta? I must have had, and I just forgot about it. Huh. Alrighty, next winner. Background for the window. Here we go. And Tenesper. You'd like to tell us what kind of color we would like to have. Here we go. So we have basically the choices here. And as long as you don't pick bright white, I think we're going to be fine. Actually, for Game Boy Advance, even bright white might be doable. Probably a little bit darker. Any purple I'd like. Like this one. I like purple. 305 is pretty good purple. It is. It's your favorite. Is that okay, Tenesper? That's a soothing purple. Sounds good to you. Alrighty, I'm writing that down. 305 purple. And with this, we have to find what we're gonna be doing next. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, for listening and for lurking. I hope you enjoyed the show and I hope you enjoyed your stay. I will hopefully be streaming a bit later today again, but a bit of something different. We have completed our Bard challenge and, well, going to dive into the Cannoneer. I don't know when I'm gonna start Cannoneer. I might actually focus on other things first, but we'll come back to that sooner rather than later. Take care and have a good night.